Welcome to Remembering Our Spirits from the book Around the Year with Emmett Fox, August 24th, 2023. Alter your life. There is no need to be unhappy. There is no need to be disappointed or oppressed or aggrieved. There is no need for illness or failure or discouragement. There is no necessity for anything but an abounding interest and joy in life. As long as you accept a negative condition at its own valuation, so long will you remain in bondage to it. But you have only to assert your birthright as a free man, woman, or person, and you will be free. Success and happiness are the natural conditions of mankind. It is actually easier to demonstrate these things than the reverse. Bad habits of thinking and acting may obscure this fact for a time, just as a wrong way of walking or sitting or holding a pen or a musical instrument may seem to be easier than the proper way, but we have accustomed ourselves to it. And the proper way is easier nevertheless. Unhappiness, frustration, poverty, loneliness are really bad habits that their victims have become accustomed to bear. Believing that there is no way out, whereas there is a way. And that way is simply to acquire good habits of working with the law instead of against it. Spiritual law instead of against it. Open my eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of your law. Psalms 119:18. Back to Psalms. Part of me doesn't want this reading to be a truth. And I know that it is. And the reason I don't want it to be a truth right in this moment is because I still have, at times, negative beliefs and perceptions and thoughts, fear-based. Emmett Fox calls them negative. A Course in Miracles calls them fear-based. Emmett Fox calls the opposite positive thoughts, and A Course in Miracles calls them love-based. Fear-based thoughts and love-based thoughts resonates 100% for me. So that's the languaging that I choose to use in relationship with myself, with my spiritual practice, and with people I work with. However, this year, I'm reading out of Emmett Fox's book because I do not have a strong understanding or comprehension of the Bible. And I wanted to read this to share with you his interpretation of the Bible, because his interpretation of the Bible resonates for me. Whereas reading the Bible on my own, it simply doesn't resonate for me. And that's not good or bad. It just is. So I'm grateful for Emmett and how he interprets and comprehends the Bible. And I've been sharing that with you this year and will continue to until the end of the year. So, what it is saying in this reading is that I'm in charge. that I am either choosing to be a victim of my fear based thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, words, and behaviors, or I'm choosing to replace them with and overwrite them with love based thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, words, and behaviors. And that is the practice that I've been living in for over 30 years now. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. 100% of my thoughts were fear based before my near death experience and before I chose to live alcohol free. 100%. It was, I was the biggest victim and blamer around. And in all honesty, it was boring. Being a victim and a blamer is boring, and it's easy, and it's a really hard, uncomfortable way to live. So if you think changing your thought life and correcting it from a fear-based to a love-based one seems hard at times, it is, because anything new is going to feel hard, and it's a brainer. Believe me, it is no harder than choosing to be a victim of your fear-based thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, words, and behaviors. It is so worth picking up a spiritual practice, and there are many of them, and choosing for love-based thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, words, and behaviors toward ourselves and toward others. It is so worth it. And it also it's allowed me to live a much more creative life and productive life. How nice. I wasn't creative or productive at all when I was being a victim. I was simply a victim and a blamer and a user and an abuser. And I was always looking to be relieved of the bondage of all of my fears. And I couldn't stand myself. I didn't want to be in relationship with myself. And I was desperate for other people to want to be in relationship with me. Now, were there periods of time in the 64 years that I've been on this planet that I wasn't living that before my near-death experience and my choice to live alcohol-free? Of course. Of course there were. When I was a junior in high school and other times, I lived a peaceful existence, and without consciously knowing it, I definitely was in conscious cancel. I was in subconscious contact with spirit. No doubt about it. I look forward to hearing about the times in your life. Think back. Think back when you felt a modicum of peace, a modicum, a moment of peace of mind, and feeling some relief of fear-based thoughts, beliefs, feelings, emotions, behaviors. It's so worth it. You're so worth it. As always, take the best for you and leave the rest. And know that resistance, just like I was experiencing some resistance today, thinking, oh crap. Resistance is normal. I own my resistance. And then I invite spirit in so that my resistance transforms into spirit's willingness, because I am willing. I'm willing. for every fear-based thought, belief, perception, word, behavior in me to transform into the love and truth of the Spirit that we all are. Take the best for you and leave the rest. Have a blessed day.